Can you hear me?
Hey,
Hi. How are you?
okay. Fine, yeah.
I'm fine
So,
too. Where are you right now?
I'm in my home.
Okay.
I'm home
Okay, then
finally.
let's start our interview.
Sure.
Okay, then, sir, first, can you start with introducing yourself, like your nationality and what you are currently doing?
Yeah, okay. So I'm Gaia and I'm 19. I'm French and I'm actually studying international business management.
hmm That's great to hear. Firstly, thank you for agreeing for the interview.
You're welcome.
Okay, about the interview is about how to cope with what has happened in French schools and about children's education. Um, what is
Okay.
buzzing in Korean society these days is about suicide of elementary school teachers. To put it simply, it is an incident in which elementary school teachers committed suicide because they couldn't stand it in a situation where parents verbally abused teachers and interfered excessively day and night. I would like to ask you a few questions about these.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So, first question. Are parents demanding of teachers in French elementary schools? For example, don't use your cell phone, don't get married while my child is in school, my child is born with the king's DNA, so talk to my child in soft voices, etc. Well, there are many cases where they ask for such nonsense. Even after finishing schoolwork, there are many cases where this is requested. To organize it again, are parents in your country give any demanding requirements to the teachers after work?
No, but it's actually
Oh,
surprising.
oh
I didn't
really?
expect that because
hmm
in France, basically the teacher is responsible for the class and
hmm
they rule it however they like. And
hmm
if the parent does not agree with um, the way the teacher does their class or anything,
hmm
they need to report it to the direction, not to the teacher themselves. Like,
mm
yeah, that's
Wow. Well, in Korea, this happens a lot. Recently, it did happen much more. So,
that's really surprising.
I know. The second question. In today's Korean society, it is impossible for teachers to punish disciplined students in such when they misbehave. Is corporal punishment possible in France?
No, not at all. We like the punishments are being excluded
Oh, really?
or things like that, but
hmm
nothing. We can't get hit. We can't get hit
Oh,
at school. That's impossible.
oh. Mm. Kind of similar to Korea too.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
That's a good thing to hear.
mhm. They say that is child abuse. So
Yeah,
the punishment, yeah. hmm
no, that's a good thing. It's not the
hmm
case anymore in any school
mm
because
Okay. Has students ever assaulted teachers in schools?
um in my case I've never witnessed it, but I've heard stories about teacher being abused by the student in class, but I
Oh.
can't tell if it's really true or not because I was not there. But I mean, physically speaking, but I know that verbally, like verbally speaking, it's very common in France
hmm
to have teacher being insulted
Oh,
um
really?
by students because yeah, and
Oh, wow.
I've seen it for this part physically. I've never seen it, but I've heard about it, so I can't tell you if it's like 100% sure or not.
Mm.
But verbally, it's like it happens a lot,
Oh,
mostly in high school.
oh.
And now we can see it in like elementary and middle school because how the children are raised by by the parents, like they are more violent than when I was in high school currently.
Mm.
So
So do you think the government is doing anything for the teachers getting insulted?
Not really, because except for the school headmaster to like exclude the person or the student getting a punishment, there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing else that is done. Like it just
Mm.
disappear after
Oh,
punishment. So I guess the government doesn't really do anything about it.
okay. Hmm. So another question: are parents more responsible for students who do not listen at school, or do you see school is has having a responsibility to educate them?
I think the goal of the school is to learn something, and I don't think it's their responsibility to teach kids how to behave. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it's their parents' responsibility. But the thing is that if you don't educate them in school and they don't get educated at home either, like you just get an uneducated child that can cause problem later in class or anywhere else. So I think if the parents are responsible enough, it should be only the parents. But considering the situation now and how I see things from my point of view, I think schools should still try to regulate children, not in the harsh way, but like still try to
Yeah.
give them keys on how to behave, and because it will be impossible for them to have a correct class or anything if they don't.
Mhm. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's true. Okay. Are there any like special authority for teachers that teachers have? For example, are there any like privileges that teachers can take if students do not listen to them?
Except from punishment, not really. Like
Oh,
it's
okay.
always
Hmm.
threats to try to calm the students, but
Oh, hmm.
they don't actually have something that can really help them because yeah, when you tell a student I'm going to exclude you, I'm not really sure they really fear this kind of thing. Not anymore, at least.
Okay. Well, oh, then how do you think that on how the your school teachers are doing when there are like problems and students having like problems in the school, like fighting or assaulting teachers?
It depends on the teacher, like a lot. Some of them try to talk to us separately and try to settle the argument in a peaceful way, and some other don't even look to understand anything. They will just call the headmaster or whoever is in charge of our class
Mhm.
to punish the students. Like
Um,
it really depends on the teacher.
oh, it depends on the teacher. Okay, so it's not like
Yeah,
everyone doing anything. Okay.
no,
Mm, okay then.
unfortunately.
Can you briefly introduce the French elementary school curriculum in Korea? Classes based on third grade of elementary school has Korean, English, mathematics, social studies, science, PE, morals, and etc., and are generally continued until high school.
So in elementary, first of all, I think our system doesn't work like other systems.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't have third grade, fourth grade. Like we have them, but they have a different name.
Oh.
And so elementary, I think you have to be in, like it's mandatory starting 3 years old,
Mhm.
but from 3 to 6, it's more I don't know how to say it. Like it's just an introduction to school life. It's not really work.
Really?
It's like you're going to school, but they usually do games, like yeah, games. They play with their friends, and it's time, like it's a time for them to adapt to the school
Mhm.
life. And then in elementary, you have like all um, the basics like history, geography, French. We do not learn English in elementary French
Oh,
school.
wow.
Like we do, but it's not as much as other countries.
Oh,
Like
so it's like
it's
basic English.
yeah, and it's not really worth it because when they got out of elementary, they don't know how to speak it. Like they don't even know the basics. They can't.
Mm,
It's not like English and PE.
mm.
And other than that, yeah, I think it's pretty much the same course we have that in Korea. And yeah,
So it's go until
and
high
oh,
school.
and okay, so then we have an exam between elementary and high school
Hmm.
to go to high school. If you fail it, you can't get into high
Mm.
school.
Oh wow,
And then yeah,
wow!
and
I
then
didn't
high
know.
school is yeah, that's but I think the exam is pretty simple because it counts the grade from all the year.
Hmm.
So it's pretty easy to get like you have the exam, but it's like 50% of the final grade and the 50 other is like continuous grading. So it's easy in my opinion. And then
Mm.
high school is in 3 years. And okay, so now the system has changed. Before, like the 2002 people, students had like um, specialties that we called ES, which was economic, like there was a math one, um, French literature one, and that's I think that's and then the practical high school, but it's another high school, like it's not the same. But
Mhm.
then they change it, and now we can choose in second year. I think in second year of high school we can choose two subjects that are going to be three subjects, sorry, that are going to be our main subject and that are um that count 60% of our exam grade. And then um we we let one down and we only have two for the last year. And at the end of the third year we have a big exam with our two main course and philosophy too in third grade. And then
Oh.
uh, we also had like exam in second. We have three different exams during second and third grade, third year of high
Uh-huh.
school. So that's how we know if we pass, we can go to uni or not. And
Wow,
you need to be above 10 to get your diploma, your high school diploma.
that's a lot.
They know how to.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
a lot.
Okay, then for the next question. In terms of child education, do
Yeah.
French parents educate their children to go to good universities, or do they guide their children toward their talent and skills or what they want to do?
Um, it really depends on the parents you have, but I think uh, nowadays you have both cases,
Oh,
unfortunately.
really? Really?
But yeah, there's a lot of parents that still want their children to follow a specific path, like their
Mm-hmm.
path, or you're gonna be a doctor because your father was, or something like that. But there's
Mm-hmm.
also a lot of parents that let their child do whatever they like, and it was my case. They let me and my brother choose whatever we wanted to do. They didn't interfere in what we wanted to do in high school or after high school. But the thing is that French uni are completely free, but you need to get the high school diploma to get in, and it's not. And nowadays, I think it's not pretty well seen to be like university level is going. French university level is going kind of down, so it's good to be in university, but at the same time, company do not look for these people, like they do not privilege those people.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have private school that and if you want to get into a private school, you need money to get in. So I think there's like a social differences between the chance.
Yeah.
So some people just choose something because they can't afford to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
There's also this case.
Mm,
So it's not really the parents' fault or their fault, but it's more like
yeah.
they don't have the money to do
Mm,
whatever they want to.
mm-hmm. Mm. Well,
So
that's oh, okay.
yeah,
For
unfortunately,
yeah, and probably gonna be the last question. Are French
yeah.
parents generally satisfied with the school education? If not, what part do your parents have requirements for?
I think they're not satisfied anymore
Oh, really?
because yeah, they think the level decreased from what they had to do
Oh,
in
mhm,
in their time. And the biggest problem they can see is the teacher education,
mhm,
because I don't know if you know, but in France we lack of teacher, but like a lot, especially in
mm,
high school, which is the most important part of our student life before uni.
mhm,
So the thing is that the new teachers have like 1 or 2 years of formation, and it was more before. So our parents consider that they are not um, as competent as
um,
the teacher before,
mhm,
and so they think our the level decreased. And there's also the fact that we don't have math anymore in high school. Like it's not mandatory to have
oh,
math, which is a problem because we use math a lot
oh,
today. And so they do really think that the level decreased. So I
mm.
don't think they're satisfied, but I don't think students are satisfied either. So we have a lot to improve on this
Do you have
level.
any like requirements for the school?
First of all, I think they should um, put math again because
Mm-hmm.
you- it's really hard for students to not have math and then they want to choose a path but they can't because they require math that they did not have in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I I think high school needs to be more about what you learn and not how much you learn,
Mm-hmm.
because we need to learn a lot. I think it's the same in Korea. Like you just need to learn a lot, and then for the exam, put everything you've learned.
Yeah.
But you've you some people, like probably 80% of people, forget what they learn after the exam, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it's an effective way to learn things. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe do like more practical thing to really get student interested in school and to actually give them uh, skills and things they will need for their future, because literally in high school you just learn to learn and then they just leave you to uni life, which is very different. So
Mm-hmm. That's good to hear. Okay. Um, like one more thing. Can you like describe your country in one sentence?
my country in general, like
Mm-hmm.
not high school related or anything.
Anything like in your perspective.
Um, I think I would say multicultural
Mm-hmm.
because um, there's a lot of French people, but I honestly do not see them.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, most of the people I know are from different countries, which is a
Mm-hmm.
pretty good thing because you learn a lot about other
Mm-hmm.
uh, culture and everything.
Yeah.
So I think I would describe it like that. Even if there's, yeah, no, I think I like multicultural for
Oh,
friends.
that's good to hear. Because all I know about France is like the 1789, the France revolution.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
revolution, and also this Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, it's a bit cute, but yeah, I think
Where did
those
you got
two.
it?
I found it, and probably I think those two are the only thing that I know. But it's kind of good to hear about the multicultural things.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I could have said revolution too because even now I don't know if it was about the French Revolution in the
Hmm.
80s or anything, but French are still a lot into this
Yeah,
rebellious
definitely.
set of mind and everything. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you saw the news lately, but it's really crazy. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I prefer multicultural. It's better for
Yeah,
friends
that's really
image.
good to hear. Hmm. Thank you. Well,
You're
if
welcome.
you come to Korea again,
I
let's
hope
have
I
lunch
will.
together. Yeah. Okay.
No, because I will definitely go back to Korea.
Mm-hmm.
I was
That's good to
hoping I
hear.
will go back like next year for my internship, but
Oh, really?
I'm not sure yet.
Just let me
I'm trying
know.
to find an internship
Mm-hmm.
first, and otherwise I will come during my summer vacation
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Just let me know then. Okay.
yeah,
Thanks.
you're
Mm-hmm.
welcome. Have a nice good night, I think, for you, or
Yeah. Have a nice day for you.
thank you.
Bye.
See you.
Mhm.